Well, hello everybody. And there's a few of you in already, so that's kind of fun. And good evening. Robin is here and Jeannie is here. And don't you just love this unmanned urban homestead? Teresa changed it. And I love that. It's just like, makes you think every time you read it. And so And I have not had a late night with Nana in a long time. For a while, I did my Monday night lives, and then on Friday nights, I would do late night with Nana. And we could just talk about anything that we felt like. And I was missing late nights with Nana. As you guys know, everybody, my kids, grandkids, they call me Nana. Other than Nisa, my second to the youngest granddaughter, she always calls me Tutu because they used to live in Hawaii, and Tutu is Nana or Grandma, and so um, it's just something that she calls me, and I like it, and so. ah, and look at there, Rebecca is here. How are ya? And Tony with Kettle Kitchen. I just saw him and Leanne on a live. Was it yesterday? I think it could have been yesterday. And Barb's Country Home. Hello, how are ya? And everybody's saying hi to everybody. And so I always like that too. And it looks like there's like 13 people in already. And we're just 2 minutes in. So that is awesome. This is my front yard back in Wyoming in the summertime, of course. Yesterday morning, back in Wyoming, it was minus 38 degrees. Now, that's not the wind chill. It was just minus 38 degrees. That's a little cold. And Joe and I were saying, I can't complain with my 60s and 70 degrees here in Arizona. Though we will get snow when we go back to Wyoming. It seemed to be so slow before this whole winter was so slow. And then all of a sudden it's like, oh, wow, it's not that long and we're going to be back to in Wyoming. So I thought I'm just going to put up a picture of my front yard and right back there. Nope, right back there is one of my favorite apple trees. And it is not what it's supposed to be. And so I decided I could call it whatever I wanted to. And one of my friends, Fawn, she just loves the apples. And so I thought, that's what I'm going to call it. So I don't actually know what kind of apple it is. The first few years, I mean, huge apples, way bigger than the store apples. And they were always green. Well, last year and this year, because we had longer time growing or, warmer weather, then all the red stripes came in. And it is a lovely apple. But even when you pick it early and it's green, it makes fabulous pies. And Blue, how are you? What time is it in the middle of the morning where you are? 5 o'clock in the morning? Blue's over the pond. And it's got to be. It's got to be early in the morning. And it's the weekend for you. So I don't know what you're doing up so early in the morning. And Dorothy is here. Oh, 80s yesterday, 50s today. Crazy weather this year. And Tanya West. Hello, how are ya? And my daughter, one of my daughters, because we have a lot of kids, her last name is West. Her husband's last name was West. And so it's always fun. Oh, Blue says it is 4 o'clock in the morning. Oh, he's just kind of work. Awesome. So fun. So I wanted to show you a couple things I got in the mail. And I have been getting fabulous, wonderful, heartfelt cards from people. If you do not know, we lost our grandson not very long ago, not even 2 weeks ago. And so I appreciate all the cards and the texts and messages and everything. And then we get some fun things in the mail, and that makes me happy. I mean, I appreciate the cards so much. They're very heartfelt, and I really appreciate it. It's very sweet of you guys. But I'm going to show you some fun things I got. And Diana is here. It's 4 degrees here in New Hampshire. I got here to alive, but have to leave to pick up my daughter. So she is not walking home. Oh, please do. That is just way too cold, and it is late at night. And so please go pick her up. Yeah. Be safe in the frozen tundra. That's what it kind of feels like. Okay, well, let me show you these. I got these from Ann at Little Frenchie in Big Texas. And they have a freeze dryer. And so a little package of mushrooms and a big package of mushrooms, because I've been dehydrating mushrooms, and because I love dehydrated mushrooms. It tastes kind of like candy. And so that's always fun. Have you guys ever tried to dehydrate or freeze-dried mushrooms? They are fabulous. I mean, seriously fabulous. And then I got from them, though there's not very many left because I've been eating them, freeze-dried bananas. They taste like banana baby food. That's what they taste like to me. I love them. And you just put it in your mouth and they just like disintegrate. And they are amazing. That's right. I can compare the difference. And I like both of them. But I am going to compare them because I have dehydrated mushrooms right now in my kitchen. So a lot of times in the morning when I'm fixing Joe's eggs, I will add some mushrooms. So I'm going to add some of these and just see how it does. Oh, okay. Now, a little while ago, I did a video because there was this video on YouTube at 10 million views, and it said that you could start a banana tree from an actual banana, green banana, and it showed what to do, and I did all this stuff, and I pulled it out of the soil. I'll show you a clip. I'll try to have it up this week. And all it did was get to be a mushy banana. There's no roots. I knew it would not work. It wasn't even logical to me that it could possibly work, right? And it didn't work. It didn't sprout. But I'll have a little short video up this weekend about that. And my sister and her husband are coming tomorrow. So I'm excited about that. And actually, we have a lot of company over the next month. My sister and her husband are here. My aunt and uncle just got here yesterday. And my oldest daughter, Angie, who is right here. I can't watch you. Oh, she's probably watching a movie. Anyway, I'm going to see her in less than a month. And my brother, his wife, their daughter, and her boyfriend are going to be down too. So it's just like mayhem with people. I'm so excited. Oh, Jeannie says that she had to go out and come back in. Was frozen at 60 seconds. Oh, interesting. Try that, Ange, and see if that works for you. That's kind of weird that it would do that. So, but sometimes you go into somebody's live, and I just go out and come back in, and then it fixes it. Freeze-dried bananas and strawberries on frosted flakes are so good. Freeze-dried bananas dust is amazing. Oh, you could grind these up and then put it on stuff. I bet you'd be so good. Angie says, no, I can't watch you at all. Keep saying something went wrong. Can the rest of you guys that are in the chat, can you see me fine? Because Dorothy and Jeannie and all you guys, can you see me? Just type it, because I could go out and come back in, because I have been having issues with YouTube feeding up on me sometimes too. Dorothy can see me. Okay. So I don't know, Ange, try it. Come back out and come back in and just see what it does. Rebecca says, yes, So I can see you just fine. I don't know what's going on with him. Interesting. Oh, but see, Teresa says freezing, not feeding. That is so weird. Um, my internet looks like it is fine. I'm turning the volume up a little bit and see if that does anything. Teresa says seeing you fine tonight. So weird. But Angie's in the cold weather in North Dakota, and maybe that is affecting something too. But the other thing that Anne sent me was this. Now, in the card, she says what this is, but I can't read her writing, so I'm going to have to send her a message. And it looks like either like jicama or kohlrabi, but I haven't opened this one up yet because I've been eating bananas and and I don't know. Blue says there's nothing wrong, but from your end, Sandy. No, from my end, it looks like it is going. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? Because sometimes, I will pull up YouTube, go to my channel, and we'll just see what I can see there. Turn the volume all the way down. It's got a commercial, skip ads, and let's see. Usually has a little bit of a delay. Yep. See, there I am. Usually has a little bit of a delay. Yep. Oh, Angie says that she went in and out several times. I'm going to turn the volume all the way down again. And she says, went in and out several times. I restarted my phone. Now it's working. Woohoo! Anne Marie, hello. How are you? Sometimes you have to turn it on and off again. Yep. See, I've had that happen before. I think it's your YouTube having issues, not your devices. And so Angie's back and she says, hello. Hi. How are ya? Tonight we had our annual steak dinner at the clubhouse. Now we live in this little tiny village in Yuma, and I think there's probably 300 little houses, trailers, modules, double wides. There's a few little tiny houses in here and stuff like that. But once a year they have steak night, and my dad has been cooking those steaks for 20 some years. My dad is 91 years old, so I think he would like to retire from it. So he had lots of extra guys, and he's showing them the whole process. Anyway, we had 150 people, and it was good. It was busy, but it was good, and everybody seemed to be happy. And so that was a busy night. And I thought, I'm going to have live tonight. It will be so relaxing. And so I did want to thank Anne if she watches this later, because she hasn't popped in. And I so appreciate that. And I'll send her a little card too and stuff like that. And then the other thing I got. Now, Anne has Little Frenchie in Big Texas. Her husband, Jake, has Nunya, Texas on the back 20. And, Nancy is here. Hi, Nancy. Jeannie, it was a lot of steaks, 150 steaks. Actually, they probably had 155 just in case, they cooked one too long, whatever. But it was a great night. Anyway, thanks a million. That's what the card says. And I'm a member of his, sorry, I dropped what's inside the card, a member on his channel. And so it says, thanks a million. And then inside it says, times infinity, which I think is just totally the cutest little thing. But to my surprise, inside there, he sent me this. Now, this is 1 troy ounce of silver. That was so kind of him. And I don't know if he sent it to all of his members or I don't know. Yeah, all he did on the email, it said, would you like something or shiny? And I said, shiny, of course. And this was my shiny. And I think he was thanking all of his members, which I just totally appreciated. And I was just so excited to get that. And so, Jake, thank you very much. And I will, I'll make sure I send a card out tomorrow for him. But how kind is that? And it was, I got both of them in the mail, the same, I picked them up yesterday from the P.O. box, and it was just brightened my day. It was just so awesome. I just so appreciate it. And so that was kind of nice. Now, if you just came in, my sister is coming tomorrow. Now, my sister is 2 years older than me. And usually when she comes down to Arizona, she's here 2 days, 2.5 days max. I mean, she's busy, They run companies, they do all kinds of stuff. And she's just busy. And so to have my sister come, especially when it's been a hard couple weeks, I'm just so looking forward to it. Now, can I convince her to be on a video or live? Questionable. I'm not really sure if I can get her to do that. But I am just totally excited about it. And so I have been working on paintings, and I've been working on glass feverishly, I have to say. And, oh, looky here. And she says, I will do a live. I can make you pop onto a live, Ange. How about on Monday? You let me know, and I will give you the link, and you can pop up on my live on Monday night. That'd be so much fun. And then you can see how much we look alike. And she says no. She says no. Okay, you pick a day, and I will let you be on any live you want to. Seriously. Oh, because Angie's coming down here. So yes, she could do that. Angie's coming down to Arizona in March, and I'm excited about that. Angie Blue is asking you, I've been trying to find your channel, My Perfect Life, but I can't find it in the search. So maybe you can help her with that. Not that she has very many things on there, but but that would be so much fun. So we'll plan on that. When she's down here, she can be on it. And so I've been feverishly painting, because next week, 1 week from today, and it's both Friday and Saturday, I'm in a huge show. And you get your own space. Okay, so what it is, it's called Art Trails. And there are 12 artist studios and 34 artists. And for 2 days, there are thousands of people that come through. And they can see your art. You can sell it if you want to. You don't have to sell it if you don't want to. It's totally up to you. But I did it last year for the first time. And it was a blast. I was at Mary Adams' house. She has a studio in her backyard. Well, there was 3 of us. Well, 3 people can't fit in her studio. But it's warm here in Arizona. And so we just set up tables and tents, and it was a blast. Seriously, it was a blast. And I was right by her. Her husband has a big garden. And so I was right by the garden. And, everything is growing wonderfully in Arizona. And so people were asking me all these garden questions. So it was so much fun. Got to sell some art, got to talk about gardens. How could you go wrong? And Teresa's here. So Teresa, no worries. I haven't had late night with Nana for a long time, and I was missing late night with Nana. And so I thought, I don't actually have a topic. I'm just gonna come out and say hi, because Friday night you never know who will be up and about, because it's 9 o'clock Mountain Standard Time, but that means it's 11 o'clock on the East Coast, and so that can be way late for people. But it is Friday night, so. Blue says, I totally get you, hon. I'm not a people person either. Yet, she is on YouTube and everybody loves her. She says she's not a people person, but that's not what I see when I see her on YouTube. I think I see her engaging with people, and it's just fabulous. So it's amazing what YouTube can do to pull those things out of you. So, but everybody, if you haven't checked out Blue's, make sure you check her out. And she's doing some fun series on, I think, is it next week that you're talking about canning? Because I can. So I have half of my video done on my update on my gardens. I have more than half. I just have to pull all the clips together. So I think I'll try to do that tomorrow morning before my sister gets here, because they flew into Phoenix and they're watching a game. I assume, I don't know, I shouldn't assume that. It could be baseball or it could be basketball. I'm not really sure. And then they're renting a car and just driving over here. And my sister is here for actually like 10 days. I'm just totally excited about it. And and I'm shocked, because usually it's 2.5 days. She's flying, she's here, she's gone. And so that is totally fun. But a few weeks ago, no, actually I know exactly when it was. It was January 15th. And I planted all kinds of lemon seeds. And usually the lemon seeds take about 2 weeks, 3 weeks maybe. But it's been, and I did have a few up at that point, but now I have tons of them up, and it's been a little over a month, which is totally okay. I'm not in a hurry. But I have to tell you, so I have all these seeds out there, right? They're in the tray. They have individual cells, and the lemon trees are sprouting. The seeds are sprouting. But one of the first ones that came out was completely white. And I thought, well, that's weird, because it's getting the same amount of light, and it's right by not only my window that gets morning sun, but it's right by the regular lights, the plant lights. And I thought, oh, it'll green up. And oh, Paul is here. Paul, how are ya? See, we got Blue way over across the pond in England. We got Paul way the other way in Australia. So that is awesome. And see, and then my brain just goes away. I'm talking, and then I say hi to people, and then psh. Do you guys ever do that? I do. Anyway, lemons. That's what we're talking about. Anyway, this one is completely white. So I think with the sunlight and the plant lights, it just, for some reason, wasn't getting enough light. So I moved the tray around so it gets way more light. It is still completely white. And it is growing just like that very first green one. And then across at the very corner of the tray, I have another white one coming up. Now, and maybe Paul can answer this. Brain failure. I know, it's crazy. But tell me, has anybody planted citrus from seeds? And your whole rest of your tray is great. It's all green. And I have 2 of them that are completely like albino plants. And I thought, surely they'll just shrivel up and die. You know, there's some genetic thing wrong with it, and it just won't grow. But they are growing. And so I'll just, I don't know. I'm going to, I don't know. I don't know how to explain it, why they're still alive. And so it's just kind of weird to me. And so I thought, um, maybe somebody has had that happen. And maybe when it gets 4 inches tall, it's just going to die. I don't know. Blue says, I plant citrus from seeds a lot. Never seen that, but I would leave them to go to see what will happen. See, that's what I thought. I would just leave them. I told Joe, seriously, if I could grow an albino color, no green lemon tree, that would be crazy. I'm not sure, Sandy. Sorry, mate. I would have said not enough sunlight, because that's my thinking, because sometimes if a plant's not getting enough light, it can be very yellowish. But this was never yellow. It was never green, turned to yellow. When those two came up, they were both completely white. And they're growing still. I don't know. Maybe missing a nutrient? Maybe. But every single one has exactly the same stuff. I am going to give it some fertilizer. And so we'll see if that makes a difference. But I thought, I'm just going to chronicle this because that is so weird to me. And weird that they haven't died. They look healthy. They look like healthy little lemon trees, I mean, they're only like this tall. They're not very tall yet. But completely white. Didn't they say sometimes you never know what you will get when you plant from seeds, especially when it's a tree is fruit trees? That is really true, especially with like apples and a lot of fruits like that, because it's a mixture of parenting. And so a lot of times people say, don't even try it, which is totally untrue. I mean, it is true that you don't know what that apple is going to taste like, and it takes you a while to get that apple. But if you're really interested into apples, Steve, he's out of California. He has a YouTube channel that's called Skill Cult, and it is amazing the information he knows about apples. And he is continuously cross-pollinating, saving the seeds, and you can buy his cross-pollinated seeds. And then he has orchards with these trees, and so now they're all fruiting. And he's really funny. Sometimes he'll bite into an apple and he'll throw it on the ground and he'll say, that is crap. But all kinds of them are great apples. So I think you should always try. Don't listen to what people say. Can you video it, Sandy, so we can see what happens? I have been videoing it because I want to do a little chronicle thing of my albino lemon trees. And maybe they'll be complete failure. Who knows? But maybe they'll be okay. And it might be weird. That's true that when you plant seeds, like from apple trees, because they cross-pollinate, they're not true to the apple. Whereas like a tomato, an heirloom tomato will always be true. A hybrid tomato will not be true, but an heirloom will be true. And so it's interesting. Hey, how are you? I didn't even see you come in. Fun. Is Wayne in here too? And I didn't see him come in. He must be in here because Wayne Smith, how are you? Fun. Is it Sarah? Is it you that is here or not? Not you. Let me know. Angie's saying hi to Sarah. And so I'm chronicling my little lemon trees. I started, I cross-pollinated my amaryllises. And so the pods were splitting so that the seeds are dry enough. So you usually let them dry for a couple of days. And then you can do it two different ways. You can either float them on water and the root will come, because if they're floating, they're viable. If they sink to the ground on an amaryllis seed, they're not viable, and you can just scoop those out. So I'm doing some of them on water, and then some of them on in soil. And so I'm doing a video on that, so you guys can see that. Oh, Paul says, I just set up my first hydroponic plant tower this morning. It works. Hope it works. Angie and I both have hydroponic, standing up hydroponics, and we love them. Oh, Sarah's been too tired to log on lately. Work kicking her butt. So she sits next to me and listens in. Oh, Sarah, you're working too hard. That's too bad. Oh, Blue, thank you so much. I will look forward to your homesteading 101. And if you guys want some information on homesteading 101, check out Blue. And you'll like it. She's fun to listen to and fun to watch. And she knows a lot of stuff. So that's always kind of fun. And what else am I doing? Oh, so I got art trails next Friday and Saturday. So I have been painting. And if I didn't have my green screen up, I would grab some of my paintings and I would show you what to do. Now, I'll tell you a little trick that I do. On my acrylic paintings, I like them to look shiny. I like them to look like they're wet. And so I always spray them. Now, some sprays are better than other sprays because they're a sealer. And I like to use what's called triple thick glaze. It's a high gloss, and it will really make it look wet. But the trick that I do is after that's dried, I paint on with a brush is a high gloss concrete sealer. And it will make your paintings look like they are wet, like you have just painted them and they haven't even dried yet. But you do have to spray them first. Otherwise, it will loosen up the acrylic paint and it will move the acrylic paint around, which I have done that sometimes, and it makes it very funky because you can really soften the edges and move the edges of an object around. So that's kind of fun. Hello, Dawn. How are ya? I worked all day and didn't maybe did not or have time to tune in on time. Sorry. Love your show. Love your show. I would assume. Dawn, I hope that you have a nice weekend. So since you have been working all day. And I just appreciate you stopping in, because right now it's 9:30 here, 11:30 on the East Coast. It's craziness. But, I like my lives about a half an hour. And tell me if you would like me to do Late Night with Nana on Friday nights. I did Late Night with Nana on Friday nights for a long time, besides my Monday night lives that I always have. And I got a little overwhelmed just with life. And so I stopped doing them. But I have missed them because it's kind of fun. People that have young kids, the kids are already in bed usually. And it's been that kind of day. And it's just like, I just want to hang out. Wayne says, tonight, basil chicken thighs, a pat of butter and basil, pink salt, pepper, minced onions, garlic, onion powder, and mushrooms, and salt potatoes. Oh, Wayne, I should have came to your house for dinner. That sounds amazing. Seriously. Most interesting tip about concrete sealer. the reason why I did it was, years ago. It was just by accident. Well, not accident, but a test. I had sprayed a painting and I didn't really have enough to really, I got barely a coat on there. I didn't have it on the sides because I like to paint all the way around my paintings. Um, and I had happened to have been making painted rhubarb leaves. And so right there was this can sitting. And I thought, I wonder what it would do if I would paint that on my acrylic painting. And I loved it. I seriously loved it. It was just like, oh my gosh. And so up in Wyoming, I do it all the time. Well, I got down here and I didn't have the concrete sealer. And so I just been spraying them and I just didn't like them as much. And so I said, Joe, can't you go to the store to Home Depot for me today and buy me this? I said, when you get there, send me some pictures of what kinds they have. And so he did. He's such a great guy. Diane, good to see you go live. I've followed your channel, but this is my first live with you. Thank you. I haven't done late night with Nana for a long time, and so I thought it was just fun. Hanging out is good. If work stops kicking Sarah's butt, she might be able to start coming back on Fridays. I hope so. I hope she's not like way going overboard and working way too hard. It was a happy accident. And if I hadn't been working on those concrete rhubarb leaves, because like when I do my concrete rhubarb leaves, after they've cured, I seal them with that concrete sealer, always a high gloss, and then I paint them with acrylic paint, and then I seal them again. Because if I don't put that sealer down first, the acrylic paint absorbs into the concrete, and I have to repaint and repaint and repaint. So if I put the sealer first, then the paint, and then the sealer again, it works perfect on concrete. And it just happened to be there, and I didn't have enough spray sealer, and it just works. It's nice to have late night with you, but only if you don't get overwhelmed like before. Late night with Nana is non-stressful. So that's kind of nice. It doesn't have to be, you can talk about whatever you feel like, and it's totally okay. And because on Monday nights, I always have a theme. I always have a subject that I'm talking about. Where late night at Nana's, you can tell me what you did during the week, and I can tell you what I did during the weekend. If you have ideas that you would like me to do a video on, if you have a question with gardening, just whatever you want to do. It's just fun. But I am going to let you go because it's almost 20 to 10 here. And I have to do a few things before I go to bed. But thanks for stopping in, everybody. That was kind of fun. And I appreciate you guys. And once again, thank you to Jake and Ann for the great mail call stuff that you had sent me. And for all you guys that sent cards for our family. And I just really appreciate it. So thank you very much. Thumbs up. That always helps with my analytics. And I will see you next time. Bye, everybody.